AITA for buying stuff for me instead of helping my family? I am not the original poster. That is you, Lilia Dancer. She posted in r, am I the asshole? Trigger warnings. Abuse. Less than. Mood spoiler. Sad but hopeful. Less than. Original post. April 10th, 2023. I, 14F, am a dancer. I am unfortunately unable to go to classes very often because of my family's financial needs. I am very grateful that I am able to even participate in dance. When I had just turned 14, I began working at an ice cream shop to save money for equipment. A bar, Leo and dance shoes like my teacher suggested, stretching equipment and a gymnastics beam and a few mats just for fun. I also did mini jobs on the side like mowing lawns, babysitting, house chores for neighbors, etc. This took so much time and effort, but I was eventually finally able to afford all the stuff. I had told my parents in advance that I would be working to earn money for some fun equipment, and they had been okay with it. I ordered everything on Amazon excitedly. I had waited so long to click the "Place your order" button. Everything was scheduled to come in a few weeks. And it finally got here today. I brought the packages inside when my dad came in and asked what everything was. I told him I had bought dance equipment and he looked angry. He asked if I had used their money and I said no. And that I had been working for months. That was why I was out of the house a lot. He asked how much money this cost and I said about $800. He looked livid and called my mom in. He said I had made over $800 and instead of helping them out I had been selfish and bought things for myself. They then started screaming at me saying how I should have helped them pay bills or at least paid for my dance lessons if I was mature enough to start working and buy stuff behind their back. When I had told them multiple times over the last few months that I had gotten a job and that I was excited to get new dance equipment. I had even told them right after I placed the order. They told me to return everything and give them all their money back. I told my friends at school. 4 of them agree with my parents and say it wasn't okay for me to not help them out. 2 of them say I worked hard and that I deserve to do what I want with my money. Relatives have called me and told me to just give them their money, and that I was being a brat. And I even heard mom telling someone I was going through a rebellious teen stage and that I was a selfish thief. I don't understand what I did wrong, but I also do feel bad because I could have used my money to help us out. AITA? OOP is voted NTA. Update post 1. April 11th, 2023. Next day. I have no idea how to update on AITA, so here's the update. Recap. I am a 14-year-old dancer. But my parents' wealth status make them cautious about spending. So I am unable to go often. Mostly 2 times a month. I worked very hard for months at various jobs to buy some equipment that my teacher recommended, and my parents knew about it, but when everything came they were very mad at me for spending my money on dance equipment. Update and info. Hey everyone, I just wanted to say I really appreciate all the support, love, comments and messages you gave me. I know it sounds cringy to say that, but they honestly really helped me a lot and it felt like a weight lifted off my shoulders. Here are the answers to some questions you asked. A lot of people asked if I could keep the stuff at a friend's house or my ballet teacher's house. I don't think I'll be able to ask my ballet teacher because my parents are saying they are going to take me out, but I can see if I can go to a friend's house. Some people asked if I know how bad our financial status is. Our status is complicated. Like, we are in a good place to be able to buy good things. But my parents don't want to spend money on anything because they are afraid of going broke. They get money whenever and wherever they can. And a year ago my dad asked a friend for a big loan because he said we were homeless when we were pretty okay. Some people asked if there was somewhere else I can live. No. A few hours after I posted, I went online and saw all the comments, and I was really happy that it wasn't my fault, because if it was, I would have felt horrible. I do still feel a bit bad, but it's okay, I guess. I showed the comments to my parents and they got angrier. They said they were going to take me out of dance as a whole, which was very disappointing, but okay, because I remember there is a dance option as an elective for school. I just don't think if I'm going to be able to transfer this late. And I won't be able to do it over the summer. They kept yelling at me for a while, but I won't include what they said. Sorry. All of the above is okay with me. It's not that bad. But when I woke up this morning and saw all my stuff was gone, I almost cried. I ran to my parents' room and asked them where my stuff was, and they said they sold it. They pawned it all. I worked so hard for hours a day, every day of the week, every week of the month, and months of the year, and I waited patiently, and then I had to wait patiently for it all to arrive, and after what felt like years and years and years, it finally all came. I could finally see that my hard work paid off when I could see it all right in front of me. I never even got to use it, any of it. My parents just sold it all just like that. All my money that I worked forever for gone into their pockets, and not mine. I broke down in front of them but ran away to my room. I will update when something changes. Relevant comments. Can you tell a teacher? It's spring break, so it will take a while. But I don't think it's that bad to have to tell somebody. Your parents are treating you horribly. My mom says I am treating them horribly for not paying them back after all they've done for me. Paying my bills, letting me go to school, buying me food, and I am just a brat. I just don't know anymore. It's their responsibility to care for you. I am so confused. Everything I am being told is the opposite of what I've learned my whole life. You need to report your parents. I'm scared to report my own parents. They will be mad at me if they get in trouble, and what if they don't even get in trouble? They'll hate me forever. I don't know what to do. I'm scared to report my own parents. They have done stuff for me, even if they do some bad stuff, and I know they will be mad at me if they get in trouble. If they don't get in trouble, then I am doomed, so I have no idea what to do. Update post 2, April 11th. 6 hours from previous post. Hi everyone, so I wanted to post this update because I won't be able to post again for a while, but I am able to say this. I told my parents I was going to my friend's fake name, Cameron's house, and I went to her house. I told Cameron's mom everything, and we went to the police. I'm getting help, and I'm learning that a lot of things my parents do aren't normal or okay, and I'm so happy I made that AITA post because I never would have learned that, so thank you everyone for telling me. I might be staying at Cameron's house for a while. Thank you everyone. Lilia. Relevant comments. Thank you. It's crazy how a bunch of people I don't know online are better than my actual parents. I do hope they won't send me back, and thank you for reading my posts. And I'll try my best to join the dance elective. Lilia also replied to comments on her original post with, "My parents sold my stuff and kept the money, but I reported them and found somewhere else to stay." Quote, "Thank you. It's a safe place." Quote, "Please remember the no brigading rule. Do not comment on Lilia's original posts or DM her." Guess who'll never see their child again after they hit 18? This is absolutely tragic. When I read the title, I thought Oop might be in their 20s or later. Not a freaking 14-year-old. When I was about 12, my family went through a really bad financial spot. I understood that if I wanted extra stuff my parents couldn't afford, I needed to earn the money. So I hustled and became the exclusive babysitter of the neighborhood. No matter how rough my parents had it, they never asked me for my earnings, or told me I couldn't get something with my own money. This is horrific on the OP's parents' part. None of this was paid for with their money. I can't believe they stole their daughter's stuff and they didn't even need the money. I'm glad OP found an adult to help them with this. Her parents are straight up unhinged. I suspect there's an addiction somewhere, gambling, drugs, or even just acquisition, since it's damn near compulsive the way they have to grab money everywhere they possibly can, including their barely teen daughter's part-time job. I'd like to believe that the help they're getting is sustainable in the long term and she won't have to go back to her parents' house. My father did something similar with my Christmas birthday money as a kid. Only about £200, but that's a lot for a kid, you know? Long story short, his entitlement to what savings I had turned into needing a new TV and his motorbike getting scratched against a wall. And like I assume OP will do, I haven't spoken to him since I was no longer obligated to. No kid has to pay for shelter, food, neither education. It's 100% the parents' responsibility. Plus here they totally exploited and robbed her on top of lying and abusing her. These people are evil. God, that poor kid. Thank God she got her friend's parents and police involved, because these a-holes were slowly isolating while stealing from her. Said it was just a matter of time before they completely trapped her and use her to get more money for them, because even if they were struggling they wouldn't try to take the money she worked hard for like they did. Seriously, I suspect they have addict of some kind. I could be wrong, but this whole thing doesn't sound like normal behavior from adults at all. I genuinely hope that this poor child is able to be free of those so-called parents sooner rather than later. Failing that, I would settle for her successfully suing them in small claims court. I know it would only make matters worse. But a man can dream, can't he? A man can dream. This is how you drive away your children. Something darker is afoot here. The kid got out. Good for her. I hope she is okay. Every time I see one of these financial abuse of a minor posts, I remember the time my mom stole $100 from me when I was like 10 or so. I'd gotten it for a birthday or something, and I didn't know what I wanted to do with it yet. So I hid it, and the next morning, it was gone. I don't know how she knew I hid it there. I didn't even complain or comment on it, and a few hours later, she mentioned she had borrowed it and would pay me back. I think I just shrugged. I knew I was never seeing that money again. That was why I tried hiding it in the first place. If I had a 14-year-old who worked hard and made $800 to fund their hobbies, I'd be so proud of them. Those parents suck. Poor kid. This is so awful. I remember in my childhood always hearing my mom say that they had to rob Peter to pay Paul, and I know that there was definitely a lot of shady money things happening. At least my parents never berated me and flat out sold my things and took the money for themselves. That is next level bad parenting. I hope this kiddo's new living situation is a permanent one. Nope. You are not responsible for paying your parents' bills. Her parents had some odd sense of being owed repayment for her living expenses. She didn't ask to be born and she is a child. She obviously owes them nothing. And to steal all her hard-earned things is just to kill her precious dreams. How sad. I hope she comes out of this okay. So happy she escaped and got to a safe place. Heartbreaking her parents sold her dance items, but happy she is safe and hopefully she will live her best life ever. I have 3 kids. 2 of them now in college. The only time I ever asked one for money was the time I forgot my wallet when picking up our pizza order and she was with me. Then I paid her back 5 minutes later when we got home. They are controlling and abusive. And sound a bit shady too. I'm torn between being incandescent with rage and wanting to just break down sobbing for that poor girl. I hope she escapes for good.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Aracast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.